I think this is the best logo for my collegiate team. Now that they've modernized and it looks futuristic, but that's just my opinion. Either, it's Brett Hornby here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and it shouldn't surprise you as a Calgary sports fan, and this will get back into my personal vlogs for personal vlog number 91 at the SAIT Trojans. They're always going to be my college team, where they say alma mater, as I went to SAIT for my college career and in the electrical engineering technology program. But the team that represented my college is the SAIT Trojans, and this is where I'll also emphasize that red is my favorite color, as red and white and some black are the colors for SAIT. And also during Lyso's men's hockey, you can get close up here as that alternate logo that the men's hockey team has worn. And during my time when I was at SAIT, our men's hockey team definitely was very dominant at the time when Ken Babby was the head coach of the men's hockey team and athletic director, and definitely his legacy has lived on. And also, in case you know, Ken Babby also once in a while coached the Danes, the Denmark hockey team, in international competitions as well. But getting back into personal vlog, that I definitely supported the SAIT Trojans my time when I was at school, and even beyond, as you know, sometimes college plans take longer than planned. I mean, the program that I took definitely was intense for 2 years, but I decided to do it in 3 years, and then unfortunately one lab class I didn't get through the first time, so I had to wait a whole year to redo it. So finally, when I graduated, it definitely made that moment much sweeter for me. But one of the things I definitely did my time at SAIT was support the teams. I mean, definitely was, I could say, as an overall sports fan, which kind of encompasses my channel, where I talk about the 4 major teams. But I mean, definitely, you know, I watch the hockey games, the basketball games, and the volleyball games, and the odd soccer game as well. And obviously, after my time at SAIT, if you look in my whole sports collection video, there is some Trojan stuff that I show, and there will be a couple of relics still show at the end of this video as well that I still have in my collection. I have that in that video, but I'll have it shown as well. But it definitely established me as an overall sports fan, and of course, you know, over the years of watching the games and working at the games, because I was a minor official that worked at the games. And actually I didn't work until after I graduated, and I did that for 7 seasons, from the 06-07 season up to the 2012-13 season. I was a minor official, where I got these jackets and a couple of those, and this was the logo then. I know this is the logo that I'm most synonymous with the team. Actually, one fact about SAIT is that they used to be green and gold, the same colors that you see with the University of Alberta, the Golden Bears, or now the Edmonton football team. And they used to be the Trojans and Helenas for the women's team, for the women's teams. And I know that Red Deer College is still the only college that I know that they have 2 different nicknames for the men and the women. That Red Deer College were called the Kings, and the women's teams were called the Queens. So I mean, definitely I've had a lot of memories, both watching the games and working as a minor official, and definitely met a lot of great people over the years that I'm still in touch with to this day. I mean, we're all, you know, adults, and we all get busy with our lives now, but that's the beauty of social media and being even more active on YouTube, so I can share that. But I know towards my time when I was at SAIT as a student, I know a couple big moments that I'm going to always, I guess you could say, cherish and always have a relic of. It's hard to show it in the video, but in my last season last year as a student at SAIT, before I eventually became a minor official, there was the newspaper called The Wheel, and there was definitely one journalist that you know, kept always seeing me at the games and approached me and asked if I wanted to do an interview. So I did an interview. So I was in The Wheel paper, and I'll show that picture at the end of the video, that they took a picture of me at SAIT. This was back in 2006, so definitely you would see a much younger version of me, obviously, because this is 14 years ago when you look at it. But yeah, I had an article in the Wheel, and they called me a super fan, and there was that, and then the season before, well, when I was in limbo after the not getting through that lab class, and had a little more, let's say, free time on my hands. Unfortunately, I definitely supported the teams and took it up a notch. I made signs for, I guess you could say, a lady on a team that you could say I liked at the time. College stories, and I'll show what the team gave me towards the end of the video, and that's just my time at SAIT. And of course, being minor official, I definitely worked at a couple of, especially the men's basketball in 2010, when the men's basketball, we hosted the nationals that year, and worked at that where you have the collegiate championship, and actually our men's basketball team were in as hosts because we didn't get out of the provincial championship. It's kind of similar to the Memorial Cup, where you have the host that's in, and then you got the league championships throughout the country. But our men's basketball team that year definitely overcame the odds a little bit as an underdog, being the host and going into the championship. But we did lose to I remember UNBC, based out of Prince George in the basketball game. But that was definitely an experience. And then actually the week before, because all the time that before I turned 30, it seemed like it all changed. I went to another men's nationals, where the week before when we actually hosted the men's basketball nationals back in 2010, and that was definitely the biggest season that the SAIT Trojans had, the 09-10 season, that up at Grant MacEwan College in Edmonton, our men's volleyball team won the provincials, and I was working at that game, and that was definitely sweet, and got to go all the way up to Edmonton to watch them, and our men's volleyball team went on to play for the gold medal, but unfortunately that team also lost to Limoilou Titans, based out of Quebec City, if I understand, and it was 1-2, and definitely that still was a fun ride, despite the loss, but that was definitely, very interesting. Of course, biggest rival, well, I always associate the Mount Royal College Cougars, but now they're in the university ranks, so you could say the Nate Oaks is also the biggest rival, because of Calgary, Edmonton, and SAIT Nate, but definitely got into that as well. So that's just definitely my experiences with the SAIT Trojans, and it is always my collegiate team, and definitely still in touch with many great people that I've met over the years that I still see here and there, and also still in touch on social media, so it's always great to see them. We have a chance, especially when we all disperse and do our own thing, and, what's funny now is I live actually close right behind SAIT. I just, it's like everything else, you just don't have the time anymore, and that's why I stopped being a minor official, just get too busier, and I did ponder possibly coming back when there was a whole new regime, but it just makes it a lot difficult when you want to do other things, so yeah, I think that's always going to be part of my history. So the last thing I'll talk about is the one outlook that I have that is very unique, that I still have, and this happened 15 years ago, is going back to that, women's volleyball story. Well, I got a hoodie that has a women's volleyball, but what makes this very unique is that the last game of that season that they saw me at the game, and they called me a super fan, and the captain of the team presented me a hoodie. And it had all the names of the women's volleyball team 04-05 that's on here. That's definitely something unique you can always share while you have your college story. So this is definitely something I always would cherish and unique, just, show my appreciation as a fan. So I still have this hoodie as well. So I say this hoodie and that wheel story that I'll just show the picture that they used in my story back. This was in March 2006, like before I was grinding up to the finals there, but I definitely had a lot of great memories. And of course, going back into the minor officials with our men's hockey team being dominant, well, definitely, let's just say I picked up definitely a lot of bus stories over the years, traveling with some of the teams, and all the things you do when you had a little more time, and let's just say had a little more tolerance for alcohol. So I definitely have some interesting bus stories there that I can understand that all the teams that talk about when they share about when they look back on their playing days. So So yeah, this is my personal vlog number 1. My Trojans. They're always going to be my collegiate team. Obviously this is the logo I most associate the SAIT Trojans with. I know they changed their logo, and okay, it's still red. Red's always going to be my favorite color, and it seems like that's all the teams that I wear. But yeah, that is my personal vlog. So, as I say, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey, home of the Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, and Stampeders, and big Trojan fan back in the day, that's what I mostly do on my channel, is talk about Calgary sports. In some way, I kind of tie that in with my personal vlogs and attempt at comedy. And I also do share my experience when I'm on the road or at a sporting event. So if that all sounds like it'd be interesting to watch, to follow along with this Calgary sports fan journey, and you could say SAIT alumnus, you know what you need to do. Just make sure you hit like, subscribe. I also have my other social media links in the description below for other ways to follow me or get any updates what I plan to do on my channel. So I guess I'll say let's go Trojans, and I'll see you in the next video.